we've had a massive 7.1 magnitude earthquake at the area of Sendai in Japan, where Fukushima had the earthquake years ago. And this has shaken the whole of not only Tokyo, buildings in Tokyo, but basically, from what we'll see in the map, the whole of Japan. Please support my Patreon channel, since YouTube has again demonetized my YouTube channel. My Patreon channel will have 5 different videos from my YouTube channel every day. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below. Now remember that we had the 7.9 earthquake between Fiji and New Zealand. Fiji, New Zealand, Australia at the 5 o'clock position here. Well, maybe the pressure has also reached up to Japan, as we can see there on the top of this map. This is, as we said again, the area of Sendai. Let's take a look at the map so we can see what's happening. And up to now, about 500 people have reported it to the USGS, 550 people. Now, this is an old map. We can see what happened to the tsunami that took place there. There's no tsunami warning for this 7.1 earthquake, but as precautions, residents close to the coastal areas have been advised to move to higher ground. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center in their statement said an earthquake with a preliminary magnitude 7.1 occurred near the coast of Honshu, Japan at 14:07 UTC Saturday, February 13, that's today. Based on all available data, there is no tsunami threat for this earthquake. Volcano Discovery reported the earthquake occurred near where the devastating Tohoku earthquake struck back in March of 2011. That was a 9 magnitude earthquake, the most powerful earthquake ever recorded in Japan, and the 4th most powerful earthquake the world has seen since records began in 1900. This is the European earthquake map. They have it clocked in at 7.2 magnitude. USGS has it at 7.1. Let's take a look at the maps. So here we are at Seismo Berkeley. This is the 7.1, and we can have, it's about a 50 or 30 mile down, 50 kilometers depth. And we can see that we have very strong aftershocks about the same depth, a little bit lower, 5.3, 4.4, 4.9, and these are all aftershocks. This is the Fukushima area, Sendai, and Fukushima of Japan. Okay, so pulling out, this is the island. And if we go back, you can see that the Pacific area is very full of big size earthquakes. This one, 6 in New Guinea. And this is the 7.8, 7.9 that we saw under the 6 magnitude. Okay, well, it's under there anyway. So going back to this, let's see where it's on the Mariana Trench. As we know, the Pacific Ring of Fire has 75% of the volcanic eruptions of the world, 90% of the earthquakes. And this is it right here. 550 reported it. Tsunami warning, there is no tsunami, as we said. Okay, no tsunami warning advisory, watch or threat. Let's go back. And, okay, that's Sendai area, Fukushima. And this is the frequency. You can see the population, of course, is very big, but let's go to the, aerial. You can see it much better this way. Of course, USGS stops the frequencies, but if you extrapolated the frequency, you can see not only did it shake the whole of Japan and the east coast of China, but I would say it ventured up to Kamchatka as well. This is all volcanic. This is a volcanic peninsula. So this is shaken. 7.1 is pretty good. 7.2 is a very massive earthquake, as we know. And Okay, the North American plate, Pacific plate, Philippine Sea plate, Eurasia plate, all influence tectonic settings of Japan, Taiwan, and the surrounding area. Some authors divide the edges of these plates into several microplates that together take up the overall relative motions between the larger tectonic blocks. And the seafloor expression of the boundary plate, it moves very fast, as we know. This is an area that moves very fast. The rates of 45 to 56 millimeters a year. This margin is noteworthy because of the steep dip of the subduction plate. Now, we know that we have as we know from March of 2011, we have a nuclear power plant there, Fukushima power plant, that is still not under control. It's still radioactive, contaminated water that's being pushed out. And the last time I ever heard of that, heard news from there, they're trying to pump that contaminated water into the Pacific Ocean. God knows what's going to happen with that. The world is not taking care of that problem. And of course, it has an impact on our health. So, the large earthquakes in the vicinity of Japan and Taiwan have been destructive and deadly. Regions, highly populated density makes shallow earthquakes especially dangerous. Since 1900, there have been 13 earthquakes, 9 in Japan, 4 in Taiwan, that have each caused over 1,000 fatalities. Okay, so we remember the visions of the videos of what we had in 2011, where we had water coming out from the fractures in the earth in the cities in that area, and the water was coming out as if you were stepping on plates of stone. Where was that water coming from? Obviously from the ocean. So everyone there, please be very careful. And sometimes this does ricochet onto the West Coast. So everyone on the West Coast, please be very careful as well. Let's see what's happening there. I think it's just regular. Okay, regular. Even though we had some largish, we had a 4 the other day. Where was it? Was it here? Was it somewhere? Okay, 4 in New Mexico. Okay, so all of you, please be very careful because we have, it seems, a very big uptick of big earthquakes in this Pacific Ring of Fire. We do have a conjunction of Venus and Jupiter, I think. So that's that also has something to do with tectonic plates and jostling of the puzzles of our tectonic plates of our Earth. Thank you for your support, and this is on Seismo Berkeley and USGS. Thank you.